Hey guys, welcome to another video on my channel. Today I'll be taking a look at the Viper V3 from Razer. I did pick this up on my own for review, but like always, that will never change my thoughts and opinions. Included in the entire package comes the 8K dongle, but for the battery life at 8K, it's a trade-off I'm not willing to take, so I just run it at 4K. Immediately after taking a look at this, it doesn't look like what you're used to seeing from the Viper name. The previous Viper V2 before this was a lot lower profile and had a different design language altogether. For me, this looks like if the DAV3 went symmetrical, which in my opinion is a good thing. What this shares with the DAV3 in terms of design is the click guards that you see on the sides. Let me get that into camera focus. There we go. You see that on the sides there. That's where my ring finger, just lands on the mouse when I place my hand. And that's the most comfortable optimal grip for me. So that's a plus in my opinion. It's just a slightly taller wall for you to rest your finger on. And some people, I don't really know if other people do this other than me. So if you do, that could be a plus for you as well. The one thing I actually don't like about the new design language so far is the side button placement. With how I grip, my thumb tends to land closer to the rear button, but I actually have to pick up my thumb to move it to the forward button, which in game I actually have to think about, and that does cause me to sort of misplace my thumb and miss the side button a little bit sometimes. So it's not an entirely optimal side button placement, but it's not the end of the world. I did get used to it. Now this is a nitpick in all honesty, but this is something I did pick up in game. Example, my GPX, my finger lands in between both of them, right about there where I grip it, and all I have to do is kind of transition my thumb a little bit up, and it actuates both of the side buttons with no problem. Moving on to the shape, this is Razer's take on a safe GPX shape. I will immediately say this is not the GPX killer I was hoping for, but this is as close to it as a mouse has ever gotten, for me personally. With the Viper V3, you get less of that middle palm contact right about there, and more contact on the meatier parts of your palm on the edges. So with the GPX, it sort of fills out, sort of touches right there like I said, and it kind of feels a little bit more rounded. With this one, it feels a little wider, and it touches your edges. So that's where you get most of your contact is right about there. And that can give you a more grounded feeling depending on your hand size in the use case. I would also like to quickly add that when you grip the mouse, it does actually give a little bit of contact on the knuckles, like right under there. So that, if you do like to knuckle claw, that might be good for you. I think that's what that's called. It gives a little bit more contact there. The M1 and M2 are the normal Razer opticals that we saw in the DAV3 and Viper V2, but they are a lighter feeling switch. They do have some PTFE inside the mouse right above the click, which kind of helps with a little bit of grinding that could occur and will mitigate that and lessen the chance of that to happen with you. The side buttons are a bit dull feeling in my opinion. I wouldn't go as far to say as they're mushy, but they have a more small dullish feeling to them. Lastly, the coating. It's fantastic, honestly. This is one of the best coatings I've felt on any mouse ever, and it's not even close. It's so grippy, in fact, that it came with grip tape, and I have no actual intention of using them. I don't think the mouse needs it at all. Whether my hands are dry or sweaty, I have no issue gripping this mouse. Now, I can say I recommend this mouse if you didn't like the GPX, because it's still a safe shape, and it's different enough from the GPX for it to be a different experience altogether. And this is, in fact, the most rounded experience you can get on any mouse, any wireless mouse at the moment. This is as close to perfect as it gets in terms of spec and feeling. It's just the shape for me. I would prefer it's a little shorter in length and the sides were a little bit flatter. That would be as close to perfect as this mouse can get to shape for me as well. I will say though, however, the weight balancing is fantastic and there is no issues with build quality. This mouse is solid overall. Now I am going to end this video here. If you have any questions, do drop them down below and please consider subscribing.